All right, so the old way of creating proposals is dead. Guys, when I first got into this industry, when I first kind of like learned, what I was doing, or at least what I thought, when I thought that I knew what I was doing, I was creating these proposals and I really wasn't getting the type of traction that I thought that I should have been getting once I submitted them. Obviously I had a lot of things to learn, but when I figured out like some of the key components that actually needed to go into the proposal, one, to make sure that me and the prospect or the client is going to be on the same page, but also to letting them know when they can expect services, what type of services they can expect, just making things as clean cut and as clear as possible. So in this video, I'm about to give you 3 of the top things that I think that you should be putting in all of your proposals in order to increase your close rate. So with that said, let's get into it. Okay, so number 1, be clear, 100% clear in what you're giving your prospect or your customer, and let them know when they can expect whatever services that you're providing. For an example, right? Each visit, every time that we go and we clean in an account, it doesn't matter whether it's a weekly account, bi-monthly, every day, it doesn't matter. There are specific things that we'll put into all of our proposals so that our customers know, exactly what they're getting and when they can expect. So on each visit, things like, the trash cans are gonna get taken out, the bathroom's gonna get cleaned, the vacuuming, the dusting, the mopping, like all of these things are gonna be listed on our proposals in a way that the customer knows, okay, each visit, I know that these things should come. Also, there's some things that we only do on a monthly basis, and those things are listed. Okay, we're gonna do this on a monthly basis. Maybe it's the first Friday or the first Sunday or first whatever of the month. So they know these things are gonna get done on this particular schedule. That way, make sure we're always on track, and I can always hold my guys accountable if something wasn't done when it should have been done. Like, this is key, just being upfront, honest, and having a clear schedule as to when you're going to service certain things within these accounts. It just makes everything so much easier for yourself and for the customer. Okay, number 2, this is something that is really overlooked, and I played around with this for a while, and I noticed that when I did do this, I had a much more positive response from the customer. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about adding their company logo to the proposal. It gives your proposals like a clean or polished, more professional look when you have your logo with your name and then their logo with their name. It kind of separates you from the rest of the people that are in your demographic, right? It makes you stand out just a little bit more. I know that doesn't seem like it's a lot, but in the eyes of the customer, it's something that it's like, oh, they went out of their way to add this into our proposal. It makes them take you a little bit more serious. So you definitely want to go ahead and start adding in, their logos in your proposals. Okay, number 3 is going to be having a detailed terms of service. This is so important because, when you first get an account, yeah, things look good, but when it's time to end an account, things may not always be as nice or amicable when it's time to go ahead and go your separate ways. So having a detailed terms of service, what goes inside of your terms of service is going to be things like when your payment is to be expected. Is there going to be a late fee assessed when if you don't get your payment on a certain day? What the payment is? How much would it be for them to end the contract sooner than expected? Do they have to give you a notice? Do you have to give them a notice? Like, there's so many different things that goes inside of your terms of service, but this is your terms of service. This is what you put together, and this is what you're putting this together, obviously to be fair and balanced, but you're doing it with you have to make sure that your company is good at the end of the day. So whatever you decide to put inside of your terms of service, definitely make sure that there's no gray area, that it is completely black and white. There's no room for assumptions or misunderstandings. You want to make sure that things are completely black and white when it comes down to your terms of service. This can save you so much heartache later on down the line. And at the end of the day, like, this is a legal contract that yourself and the company, the prospect, the client, however, this is a legal contract that you guys are joining into. So you definitely don't want to make sure, or you definitely want to make sure there's no gray areas, that there's nothing that could be misinterpreted as something else. But these really are just like the three key things that you absolutely need to make sure that are airtight inside of your proposals. If you get all of these things right within your proposals, you package them up right, this is definitely going to increase your close rate. And also too, when you get inside of accounts with these customers, it's also gonna, cut out any gray area. Everything's gonna be completely black and white. But guys, that is it for today's video. Like I say, in the game of business, spectators are only gonna watch, hustlers get into the game so they can win. Guys, I'm always dropping jewels. Just make sure you're in position to pick them up. You do that by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Once again, my name is Marcus Crockett. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.